Welcome back to Oziah's Oddworld. It's been a while, hasn't it? Well, I don't know about you guys, but I feel it's been way too long since I last broadcast for you with some juicy news. In fact, just earlier I was talking to a buddy of mine who was equally distressed at the lack of recent new and tasty updates. But, lo and behold, guess what the inhabitants have treated us to this evening? Wowee, it's exciting stuff, let me tell you. Okay, so yeah, this is gonna be another screenshot discussion for now, but it's better than nothing, right? There's also a few other things I have to talk about, so don't be going anywhere. Righty then, let's get this thing into gear with this bad boy. Whoa! Look at all this crazy stuff going on up in the treetops of the Paramonian forests. Sligs and Abes and blood and death and pretty purple flowers. This shot truly has it all. Well, let's go from left to right, shall we? So obviously, you had the Paramonian Temple way in the back there, and in the foreground, you've got Mr. Sliggy. But what are those white dot things floating around above him, huh? Well, ain't it obvious? They're the lights that give helpful hints to our favorite knucklehead Abe on his quest. Mr. Sliggy looks nasty as ever here, and the lighting from the gun blast and its effect upon the environment, you know, how it bounces off the tree and whatnot, it looks very promising indeed. Also, blood! So, yeah, basically Abe is about to become dead meat in this shot. I don't know about you, but I ain't ever known a skinny McDuckin take a shotgun to the back and live to tell the tale. But whilst he might be a gunner, I'm still here to pinpoint exactly where this location is in the original Abe's Odyssey. Do you remember this shot, released a while ago? Well, that was this screen from the original game. You with me? Right, so this new one is effectively this one right here, but with Mr. Sliggy from this screen on the left. As you can see, it has the handstone, the firefly light bulb thingies, and that other weird thing with the wood and the cloth and the scary drawings. At least, this is where I think it is. Time will tell, I guess. Right, so, moving on. Well, looky what we have here. A slug! Isn't this the first one we've seen in an in-game screenshot this far? Pretty sure it is. I know, ain't it cute? So this shot is from the entrance hall to the Paramonian Temple. In case you want to know, it's this shot from the original game. The only thing I would say is that it looks a bit too bright, you know? A little too bright and blue and happy to be light inside a dark, smelly old wooden fortress. See, there's quite a difference between the old and the new. I think I should darken it a bit, make it a bit spookier, you know? I mean, what is the Paramonian Temple if not a spook fest? And if they don't make it spooky enough and new and tasty, well, you know, then I will... Ah! Ah! What is that? What is it? What is it? Now, let me tell you, that never appeared in the original game anywhere. Unless... Wait, it's not the bat, is it? If it is, it must be crazy big. Get out of there, Abe. On the plus side, this area does look really awesome. Although it's still too blue like before, I think. Oh, and they really love pasting fungi everywhere, don't they? Seriously, go look at the other screenshots released this far. It's mushroom madness. Just kidding, fellas. Good work with this. Okay, now we're talking. This is a return to the second screen of good old Resurgence Farms. Okay, so this is, I think, the most shown area of the game so far. We've seen this particular screen in at least 3 different incarnations. Here it was in pre-alpha back in 2012. Here's how it looked at E3 in 2013. And here it is now. So it's really noticeable how they have changed the lighting, and it now looks a lot more akin to the original game's depiction. As you can see, it's brighter and cleaner, I guess. Maybe Abe wasn't such a bad floor waxer after all. Anyway, whilst I did like how it appeared back at E3, I do appreciate its closer likeness to the original game now. And look at little Mr. Slicker down there, of course. He's all like, where'd he go? Ah, bless him. Okay, so whilst we're on the topic of Resurgence Farms, I have a couple more images to show you. This one appeared on Oddworld.com a while back, but was quickly switched out for a different one. I mentioned it in an older video, but here it is again in good quality for you. But remember, this is from a fairly old build of the game. Now here is something a little more exciting, as I'd wager many of you haven't even seen this one yet. It's from deep within the Zulags of Resurgence Farms, full of slugs, electric fences, and Mudukan slaves just begging to be rescued. I really like this screen, and came across it by complete accident. Not sure how long it's even been around, but I've certainly never seen it before. So yeah, just a little something extra. And that, my odd friends, marks the last of the gameplay screens. Aside from this one, released on Valentine's Day, but you know, whatever, we've seen enough of that place. There are two final screens to talk about. The first one is this. Cool! It's from the ending cutscene, of course. There's Mullet, look. Meanest boss in the world, as they say. Looking sharp as ever, I must say, Mully. I gotta apologize for the lower res quality of this and the comparison I'm about to show you, but it'll do for now. But yeah, remember the remake cutscene is all done in-engine and not CGI like this one from the original Abe's Odyssey ending. Both look great, don't get me wrong, but in-engine is always a nice addition. Although, I still think this area also needs darkening a bit. I think that's one of the biggest issues, really. The locales look a bit too bright and cheerful at the moment. But, yeah, anyway, what's gonna happen on your playthrough, guys? Huh? Is Abe gonna make it? Or, well, not make it? You decide! Yeah! At last, we have this one. I have no idea. It's just gotta be a new cutscene, right? Maybe from the ending? Maybe from between the temple trials? Oziah is simply clueless on this one, folks. I think it's clear enough that it's from the Monsaic lines, but other than that, no. Alright then, gang, that's it. Oziah's Oddworld is winding down for the day. But just one last thing. Here is some cool new box art for the game. Even though it ain't getting a physical release. Holy moly. Is Abe one ugly muddy? Yeah. Nice to see you again, Chumperinos. See you soon.